Welcome back to Market View Tax Talk. Today we're joined by representatives from the Eswatini Revenue Service to talk about a new and simplified tax regime which is called Presumptive Tax. This initiative is designed to make tax compliance easier for small businesses and informal traders. Joining me in studio, Andobego Dlamini, Director of Marketing and Communications, and Tsebolenkosi Mahlalela, Manager of Taxpayer Education. A very good afternoon to you both, ladies. Thank you so much for coming to the studio. Tsebo, I'd like to start with you. What is presumptive tax? Why does it matter? And when was it introduced?
Thank you very much, Notile. Good afternoon to you and the viewers. So presumptive tax is a simplified tax regime which is aimed at small businesses as well as informal traders. It was really introduced to broaden the tax base in Eswatini, as well as to promote voluntary compliance whilst reducing the cost of compliance. So presumptive tax was introduced on the 1st of July 2024 in accordance to the 2023 income tax order amendments. And it's mainly meant for these clients that I've highlighted, which in most instances you find that they struggle or they do not have the capacity to maintain detailed financial records.
Okay.
Yes.
And Ndobego, who qualifies for presumptive tax?
Thanks, Notsile. Happy to be here. We're always very happy to be with the Market View show. When we look at individuals or businesses who qualify for presumptive tax, we're looking at individuals or businesses who make an annual turnover of between 0 to 500,000. This could include the likes of your informal traders, your small business owners, as well as your spaza shop owners. Those are the clients or the audience that we are talking to. Presumptive tax, however, does exclude professionals such as your lawyers, your consultants, your accountants, and anyone who's made an investment income. That those segments are excluded. But I think maybe something to add about the why of presumptive tax is we as the ERS are wanting to be able to make sure that we bring ourselves closer to you. At the early stages of your business, we'd like to be able to know and hence the introduction of presumptive tax.
Okay. Tsebo, can you please explain or expand on how the tax is calculated under this regime? What are the applicable tax rates for the different informal traders and other SME or small businesses?
Okay, thank you very much, Natalie, for the question. So for presumptive tax, instead of basing tax on profit, when it comes to presumptive tax, we calculate the tax based on gross turnover. So it means you will not deduct your expenses, but it will be based on your gross turnover. So the applicable rates for presumptive tax will be, if you, let's say, for instance, during the year of assessment, you've made 0 emalangeni to 50,000 emalangeni. The tax there will be at 0%. And if you have made anything above 50,000 emalangeni, but just below 500,000, the tax will be at 1.75%.
Right. Ndobego, what are the benefits of presumptive tax for small businesses? You know, every time we think tax, people think, hey, these guys are about to take away the little that I've made. But now you're encouraging that people comply. Presumptive tax, what are the benefits?
Thank you, Notile. There are several benefits for a presumptive taxpayer. I think the first one is the opportunity to access simplified compliance. As a presumptive taxpayer, you're not expected to have convoluted and complicated accounting systems. We want just simple bookkeeping. That's what we're looking at. Tsebo has also highlighted the tax rates that presumptive taxpayers access, so more affordable tax rates, because again, we understand that you are a small business, you are still, growing your business. And then I think the most important one is presumptive tax encourages formalization. As a country, we are alive to the fact that businesses want to work with local service providers. We are awake to the fact that there is this essence or this push of wanting to work with your local SMEs. But those same big businesses want to work with compliant taxpayers. So registering for presumptive tax allows you as a small business owner to be able to access those wider markets. So we definitely do encourage, if you're a small business owner, register. We'll highlight to some of the ways in which that these organizations can register for the presumptive tax, but we encourage it. There's a variety of benefits that they can access.
Right, so if I hear you correctly, you're saying it addresses the challenge of tax evasion in the informal sector. That's correct?
It addresses the challenge, but also I think Cebo highlighted it, that it broadens the tax base. Because what we would find and feedback that we've received is, if I'm a small business owner, I can't afford the tax rate that is paid by maybe my bigger counterparts in the market, but I do want to comply. I do want to make sure that nami ERS uyangati kutsinging so my business, and this is where I'm based, this is what I do, but in my tax rates. So we've now created a platform or a regime that caters for that specific audience.
But also, I also want the certification that says I am tax compliant.
Exactly,
Right.
exactly. Naming a full tax compliance certificate,
Right.
and here's an opportunity to access it.
Okay, so Lengosi, how can one register for presumptive tax? What are the applicable platforms there?
Okay, so for one to register for presumptive tax, we've really made it easy and simple for our clients. We are available in all our service centers in all the big towns of the country. So you can just visit our service centers. We'll guide you also on the required documentation, what you will need for you to be registered for presumptive tax. And it's actually simple documents as well. So that's one way. And another way, you can visit our website, Eswatini Revenue Service. That is where you can also access the platform to register for presumptive tax. We've also recently introduced a mobile way, a USSD, where you can just type *4050# and you can just follow the steps and you'll be registered, and we'll guide you on what next and what is needed from you.
Please repeat that code again. You said star?
It's *4050#.
All right. Now, for somebody that wants to register, you said the options are they could either visit you or in your physical offices, yes, your service centers, or they can go on the website.
Yes.
Now, before I go on the website, what documents would I probably need to have on hand just so I can be able to register?
Okay, I'll just make an example. Your ID should be there. Since we are talking to small businesses and mostly informal traders, you'll find that they only maybe do Momo. They don't have a bank account. So we do accept a Momo statement to just give an account of your financials and how you actually do your trading. Really, it will just be about that. And we'll also need to know where you are in terms of your physical location, so you can provide your proof of residence.
All right.
Yeah.
Ndobego, my last one, perhaps this is you wrapping up the conversation for us. What happens if somebody doesn't register or comply with the presumptive tax obligations?
In the tax space, non-compliance normally attracts penalties. That's just the rule of thumb of it. However, I think as ERS has changed from being an authority to a service, our focus as well has shifted in terms of how we deal with our clients. We, instead of rushing to be punitive in our actions or punish our clients, we want to educate, we want to support, we want to help. So yes, the issues of non-compliance, but we also want to be able to identify what are the issues or what are the challenges that you are facing. And we have a number of programs that are available to support clients. We have Sonzela's Kulumenje that speaks to clients to say, if you are facing any challenges with compliance, come to us and let's have a chat, let's have a conversation, let's see how best we can help you. And I think one of the key things of presumptive tax is trying to showcase that we want to ensure that now a small business owner, there is a tax regime that caters specifically for you. So we are really all about support and encouraging and supporting our clients.
All about support and encouraging clients to actually pay their dues to be compliant when it comes to tax applications. That was Ndobego Dlamini and Cebo Lenkosi Matlalela from the ERS. Today we were discussing all things presumptive tax. This is Market View, brought to you by ERS Tax Talk. First, we'll go for a break. When we come back, Sanele Sibia joins us for our market analysis. Stay tuned.